What's going on, everybody? Today I want to share with you this simple strategy that we've shared before, and all the strategies I share on this channel are simple to follow, easy to understand, and you may need to modify it to make it work better for you. But once you start understanding this, you're not going to need any indicators. You can just read previous price action and make a decision based on that, based on how the candle is reacting at the current time. And what we're looking at here is another pair. This is the 1 minute chart. And it doesn't matter which pair you're choosing, but you have to be mindful of the spread that's involved and how that pair reacts. So you should test any strategy thoroughly on the pair that you're planning to trade on. So when we're looking at this, you can clearly see that price was continuing to go down, just kept going down, kept going down. So there might have been an opportunity in here playing off a pullback as it was coming down. But what we have here is you can see that price made a decision to push higher. Now, we don't know if it was going to continue or if it was going to keep going down, but this was the first clue that price may be going up. We have a pullback here, and then price pushed up further. At this point, I'm interested to see what's happening. Price continues up. And at that point, we have a pullback. Candle closes. I would have gotten in on the trade at that point. Now you can decide where you want to put your stop loss. Now, depending on the broker, you may not be able to have it as tight as others. So, but when you're looking at this, you can see that if you were aiming for a 1 to 2, you would have had to manage it a little bit. If you were paying attention to this, you would have seen how it came up, reacted, stalling out here, and then this is a reversal pattern right here. So you might have decided at that point to get out and close the trade. But if you were aiming for, let's say, a 1 to 1 or a 1 to 1.5, you would have been fine. There wouldn't have been any issues. And when we're looking at this, you can also see that there was other opportunities. We know price was pushing up. We don't know when it's going to change, but you're already in on this trade. This was another opportunity right here. You could have gotten in on the close of this candle after the pullback. You could see that price was reacting to this area, and then it continued to go further. And once again, it does it here. So depending on what your risk to reward is, there could be lots of opportunities there. And then what do we see here? Price decides that it doesn't want to push higher anymore. It goes to the downside. Small little pullback here. Drops again. There's another pullback. Now at that point, we got a nice engulfing pattern there. Stop loss could either be at the top here or it can be tighter here. And what we're doing here is, if you were aiming for, say, a 1 to 2, this worked out here. Now, and this trade here only took 22 minutes. Now, depending on what your strategy is, you could be aiming for a bigger target as well. because if we look to the left of the chart, we can see that where's the low, the next low. You can see how it pushed up. If you were targeting the low, and I always aim for the body, I often notice that price does change direction. Sometimes it'll come close and go the other way. I find it's a safer bet to aim for the body, but depending on your back testing, you may decide to change that. We can see that in this case, it does work out. And what's nice about this type of method of trading is the trades aren't open as long. You can see 33 minutes here. Oftentimes the trades are much shorter depending on what you're aiming for. If you're going for runs, if you're playing into a trend, oftentimes if you're just aiming for a 1 to 2, the trade could be minutes. But this happens over and over every day. You're just paying attention, seeing what price is doing, patiently waiting. If you see price reacting to a certain area, you could get in on the trade, because you can see too, like if we take a closer look where we got in on the close of that candle, you can see how it tested that area before changing direction. It didn't close above it, wasn't giving me any indication that it was going to go up, but I could have gotten in on this, and then all of a sudden it could have reacted here and changed direction. I would have lost the trade. It doesn't mean that this system is bad. You're not going to win every trade that you try, but if your risk to reward is correct, whatever that is, you're going to have to analyze this and see how you do. This can be a game changer for you. This can be the thing that is going to transform your trading. You don't need indicators. You can spend years chasing after those things, looking for the next best strategy, but most of the time they don't provide any results that I've ever seen that are worth keeping. If you found this helpful, let me know. And until next time, bye for now.